right, this is the I Shoulda Did More Reading podcast. I shoulda did more reading.com, on Twitter at Shoulda Did More Reading, and Facebook at Shoulda Did More Reading. Get us on YouTube and iTunes, and we're on Stitcher and SoundCloud and Google Play. I think that's all of them, and you should be able to find them. I am, as we speak now, live unrehearsed, going to try to sign into I shoulda did more reading.com. Didmorereading.com. And let's see what happens here. Here we go. Loading. And okay, it says a WordPress site.
What does that mean?
That means that it's so our last one apparently was some trial. This is all the stuff you're paying for. You're wondering all the credit card stuff is. The last thing we had was apparently some trial site, and then it went away from us. I'm sure you paid for that. And now this one is a WordPress site, which at least it points to a WordPress site, but it's just like a parking space site until we populate it with something.
Oh, so it's not even functional right now?
Well, it's functioning. It just has nothing about us.
Oh, no. Okay.
But if you'd like to see the good folks at WordPress, including some of their, you can search WordPress products and shop online. Go to IShouldaDidMoreReading.com.
Yeah, that's good that you're promoting them.
Yep, you can get all that stuff. So I'll repopulate it with stuff that has to do with us. You know, when I got it, none of the buttons showed up for me that allowed me to customize it. So
really?
Who the hell knows? Once I get this freaking thing done, then that'll be done. This is I am Tom. He is Jay.
Hello there.
Sorry about that. I stepped on you, Jay. You say it
No,
again.
no. I'm just. This is. We haven't done one together. Just you and I in a long time. So it's been a while. Do you know what number this is? Is this like 16, 17?
This would be. I think this is 18.
Well, that's fun. I know I missed a couple because I was on assignment.
Joey Carroll. So the last few weeks we've had Joey Carroll was last week. Paul D'Angelo was the week before, and then what was it? Graham, and then VB maybe, and then
I didn't do the VB one, and then Graham. Michael Graham
was afterwards, and so we've had so many entertaining ones in a row that it's time for a bad one again. So
I can help you with that.
Yes, that's what we're doing here today. Just us. And we thought we'd do kind of housekeeping, just about some thoughts and things that we had going on, and just basic observations. One, we're excited. We're going to a party tonight.
That's right, 50th birthday party.
50th birthday party for a good friend of ours, JVB. We talk about him all the time.
That's
actually.
That's right. Junior Villas Boas. We're not supposed to say last names. I think we'll be all right. Yeah.
Don't say. And it's number 50. He's a great guy, and there's a pretty good crew coming out tonight of a lot of guys our age who need a lot of self-improvement.
Yeah.
Most of them are fats like me, you know.
And me.
I mean, you're, I guess so. You're not thin anyway.
Thank you.
And these are guys who, unlike us, probably drink too much too often.
And eat too much too often.
I would say so.
Yeah.
And these guys are going to have a good time tonight.
Indeed. We will be part of that. And
we'll be part of that.
Yeah.
We'll be taking Uber. I do have to, what are your expectations for this evening, Jay?
Well, I assume that, so it's kicking off around 6:30, and then the surprise portion of it's like 6:45, 7 o'clock. And we'll have, the initial few beers or whatever, but I do expect to elevate it to maybe head somewhere else after.
Really?
I think we're going somewhere in Somerville. I don't know, some Brazilian place, yeah.
Is that, did I not see this? Is that true?
Well, why wouldn't, I don't know. I mean, once the amateurs leave.
Oh, yeah. So you mean go into late night? I know that people related to me will go with you, definitely.
I know that you're an early riser. You get up at 4 ungodly an hour.
I get up early, definitely. Tomorrow I am getting up fairly early. I'm dropping my kids off at church to have Easter with their grandmother, Serbian Easter. But so I don't know, that late night stuff. We'll see.
I had one last night.
We'll see if I can do it. We have a newborn at home.
Oh, yeah.
And between the problem is that our 2-year-old Anson is being a jerk. So he is. So every night now, he's demanded to come in. He screams from his room and demands to come in to bed with us.
Oh, geez.
So then it's Anson, a newborn, a dog, and then us. And then you never know. One of the other kids might need something, whatever. So we've been. This week has been. I've been very lucky because usually it's one little child at a time. So
yeah.
So mom handles it because mom just breastfeeds. So that that's a good way to power down the kid.
You're lucky that way, yeah.
This week has been brutal. This has been the most excruciating week ever. Full 7 days or 8 days ever as far as just being exhausted. And I've also been writing a lot, too, which exhausts you. It really Like writing sucks a lot out of you.
Of course, it's mentally. A mental, yeah.
Totally, and it just leaves you there to then physically just get beat up, especially with the writing. You concentrate so much, and you're trying to get stuff going in your mind, like anything, stuff clicking, and it grinds out slowly. I mean, when I write, I look at a sentence, and yesterday was, I had to go pick Sally up at, I have to leave at 2, I pick her up at 2:22, and at 1 o'clock, I was working on this, just the first sentence of a column, and by 1:48, I still was working on that sentence.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Sometimes the sentences fly. Sometimes they don't. It's a grind. And then when you have kids in there bothering you in the middle of it, this kid needs something, that kid needs something. One kid's writing on the wall. One kid's always crying, and there's always like, so
it's amazing you can even make it to this podcast.
Well, yeah. Today, of course, it's a weekend, so this is much better. But man, that kicks a bleep out of you. And I was, I always knew that women had it tougher, but women really do have it tough. They have to deal with this.
You give her a break?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm there helping, but now.
But she get to leave the house and just.
Yeah, today she left the house to have fun, to drive to Walmart, as a matter of fact.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And we're so lucky because this little baby is really easy, and we've
crying.
never dealt with an easy one before. He's like just goes to sleep, and he's really.
It's still stressful being alone with a newborn baby, not knowing what it could possibly do, and at least from my experience, freak out if he freaks out or whatever. But,
it is stressful, but not to the extent of when you had when yours was little, and when I had my first one that was little. And I don't know, but I think both of us also. My first one when I was little was just a terrorist. Incredible. Just constantly going nuts and Jesus.
Yeah, I know. I can't handle that.
No, either can I. There's a difference between men and women.
I agree with you completely.
Yeah. Men hear a noise and want it to stop. Women hear a noise and get worried for it.
There's a nurturer and there's whatever the guy is. I don't know. But yeah, no, you're right. I agree with you completely. I didn't really think about it until I had a kid, but I did realize that there is fundamentally a difference between a man and a woman and how they handle, especially a newborn. Crazy.
Yeah. And thank God it's like that too.
Oh yeah, it's needed.
Yeah.
But I speaking of, just to go back, I had a 50 birthday last night as well. My brother's wife. We went to a Japanese. Did you ever go to those Japanese sort of hibachi places?
Steakhouses.
Yeah,
I've been to what's it called? Benihana.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I didn't think it started out exactly. That was pretty fun.
Those are always good.
Yeah, and good food. I mean, it's a lot of food. And then we went back to my brother's bar, which you've been to, and had some more beverages. So I had a late night last night as well. We drove back around 1 o'clock in the morning. So, but we have to do it again tonight. Another 50 birthday party.
I know.
We're getting older. Everyone's turning 50.
I know.
It's still a few years away from now. Are you 45?
I have 40 and 5. Doesn't matter. I mean, I think biologically I'm deep into my 70s, I would say, if not deceased. Yeah. So this evening I'll probably have a couple of beers.
Yeah, why not? You have a hall pass for the night.
Portuguese place. I know, but I can't leave her there with all these things.
What are her expectations?
My judgment at that time may be
change.
I have to drink myself into a place where my judgment is more amenable to having a good time and abandoning my wife, which is certainly possible.
What about preemptive argument, where
get in a fight?
Yeah, that way her expectations are lowered.
So that's tried and true. Certainly, I can go with a few ways to get the total hall pass. I could get a preemptive argument so that she doesn't want me. She wants me just to stay the hell away. Just happened before, or I could be a sympathetic figure.
I see.
I could be really depressed, or
I
could have an injury.
Are you sure you want to put this on record? I mean, this is good stuff.
The good thing is nobody listens.
Oh.
Or I could have an emotional need, or it could not be about me. It could be Stokey from Muskogee's going to be there.
Oh, that's right.
I can say Stokey's really upset.
Yeah.
I can even say you're upset. I can pick
somebody. Sure. We have someone. Yeah, we all have our issues.
Yeah.
Pick anything.
Guys know to play the role if you have to.
I know. And you have to understand which will be more successstrings as it gets closer to the event. In this case, it might be a preemptive argument, but who knows? Maybe you tug on her heart or her heartstrings. There you go. Yeah. Got it out.
Or, what you could do is that I could show that while it's happening, that one, I'm thinking about her while I'm there, and two, that for the first time, I really feel like I'm really feeling like I can't say something that would be an insult, so I'm really glad to see my old friends or something.
Oh, yeah,
and I'm really.
It's good to
know what you know what it is. You know what I can do. is say that we're all really having these guys are all in a circle here. We're talking about really how to get better as being husbands and fathers and things like that. And I'm really learning a lot,
And wish you were here, text.
Yeah,
and
wish
like
you were
that.
here because I could really use your help in keeping me in the straight and narrow. That's not bad at all. Actually.
No, I think that's perfect, perfectly manipulated right there.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Or I could say, if I really want to invest deeply, it's the last night I'm ever drinking, and do you mind if I just enjoy this night? This will be it. Well, that creates new challenges.
Yeah, absolutely. Then you'd be out all night.
That's right.
Because you have to take full advantage of that.
I can never stop.
Yeah, right.
To say,
come back Monday. I would use that as a last resort, in my opinion.
And then I have to fake my own kidnapping and go somewhere to start a new life so I can drink again.
Oh, jeez. Well, I don't know about that one.
So you got to think. So tonight, it's a Brazilian place.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
So what that can mean, I've found, gone to. You've been to Brazilian steakhouses before with all the meat and the stuff.
I have not. I never did.
Not?
No.
Jeez, I'm surprised, man.
I know. It looks like it would be good. I know that they fill you up with salads and stuff like that, but I would just go for the meats.
Salads?
Oh yeah, I guess it's.
I would punch somebody who offered me a salad at a Brazilian place. No way.
Yeah, I've never been, but it looks good.
Dude, they come around with big hunks of meat. That's what it is. And that's what I'm saying is it's heavy protein.
Yeah.
So,
that's not where we're going tonight,
isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a Portuguese place.
Oh, okay.
So then if you're having beers, then it doesn't do much to suck up the alcohol.
Yeah.
So
that's a good thing.
Well, timing, I guess, is what it comes down to.
You don't want to get too full. It's not like you're going for like all you can eat Olive Garden,
It's funny. We tried to go to the Olive Garden over here like 3 times.
There's one here?
Yeah, there's one in Danvers.
Oh, okay. All right. I was going to say.
Yeah, there is. And I went to one in 1995 and only drank beer there with a friend. It was actually a pretty rough night somehow.
That's at the Olive Garden. Yeah. I heard those stories.
Yeah, but I've wanted to go because sometimes I think that a lot of these prefab places, where they're taking the stuff out of the box, like with the Griswolds and like throwing it in the microwave, sometimes it can taste good.
Sure.
It's crap, but it can taste good.
Absolutely.
But the damn Olive Garden around here is packed. We've been 3 times to that Olive Garden in Peabody, and it is packed. We haven't been able to go in. It's so popular.
It's the unlimited salads and breadsticks.
Jesus, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Oh, I don't think I would go to an Olive Garden. I think I would fight and scream before I would end up there.
Well, here's the thing: is that we've got the kids, so we have to.
That's true.
We have to be at a place where not only can they be jerks, but ideally where we'd like it to be loud enough that they can be absorbed.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Yeah,
and try to enjoy the food. But it's too packed around here, and Boston's one of these places where there's enough. We've got our North End, which is the Italian place section. So you'd think an Olive Garden maybe wouldn't do that badly, but no, that well, but it does.
Yeah, well, it's far away, I guess. But you wouldn't have a. Can you imagine an Olive Garden opening up in the North End?
It's funny because if you were the Olive Garden, you could probably do it. You'd have to probably change the name and change the aesthetics of the place.
Yeah, right.
They'd
indeed.
probably serve the same food as long as you had some of the BS accoutrements happening.
True, you're right.
It's like those Irish pubs that are prefab from all wood from Ireland. That's just such bull bleep.
Absolutely, like the
Kinsale.
That's
one in
right,
Boston.
Kinsale and the other one.
There's a couple.
Fado.
Is that here or in Chicago?
Oh, maybe it's in Chicago.
But
Olive Garden, even if it was named the Olive Garden and it was located in the North End, you'll still have the dumb tourists that'll go there and line up for it and then go to Mike's Pastry afterwards. Am I right? Or am I right?
Say it again.
I said, if there was an Olive Garden in the North End and it was named the Olive Garden, stupid tourists would still go there and line up for it. It doesn't matter. And then they'll go to Mike's Pastry afterwards.
Yeah.
Agreed?
I totally agree. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you because I got a text here about, this is a side note, about John Hughes getting slammed for all the Me Too stuff, apparently.
Oh, geez.
It's not about him doing anything. It's just about how problematic his movies are.
Oh, my God.
And his old
writing
for National Lampoon.
They're going to stop pulling movies off the shelves now?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, it's
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the thing, it's so terrible, too, because the culture...
This is going to backfire on them.
No, it's not.
I mean, I don't want to get too political and stuff like that.
We don't have to get too political, but the movies are just fun. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
Stop it. When you listen to if you listen to the Beatles, you know, a lot of their songs say, "I'm going to make you mine."
Yeah.
You know, now you hear that and say, "Well, you can't take ownership of a woman like that." Beatles, who do you think you are? I'm gonna take her from you, saying that you know, that's your girl. Now I'm gonna take her.
Yeah.
Remember, how dare you treat her, objectify? And it's like, everybody just lighten up. I don't even think it has to be political. I think that
no, you're right. You're right.
I mean, it has to do with fun people versus unfun people.
Which I know that you sent me a list of you were going to talk about some top 5 little sort of mini topics, and one of the topics was about bad drivers. Is that right? Is that part of your list of?
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm hitting the button here, of course.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so my list was, I had 3 here. One is saying women are great, which I kind of think we already hit a little bit.
Yeah.
Didn't we? We were talking about how tough women are, strong women are, and I think guys.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I think, especially guys, when you get out there and you're a young man, like 21 years old, a lot of guys fall for bartenders who are women.
Yeah.
Because, you know, everybody's young, everybody's attractive, and a bartender, as a guy, you're watching her work so hard and hustle and move the big racks of glasses and bark something to the chef in there and then hustle around the bar and then move.
You get to see them, who they are.
Yeah, and then like there's something like that's really appealing about a work ethic like that.
It gets more appealing too as the night goes on.
Well, undoubtedly. I mean, that happens with any bar situation.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But there is something to be said with she's also the person giving you drinks.
That's true. She's
but we were always...
She's your hero.
Very impressed with like just watching like how hard that women work. But also women are nurses. You know, the heroic work that is that they do. Women see all the most complete badass shit. I mean, stuff, sorry.
Have babies.
They do all that stuff. And for me, and isn't your sister a nurse?
She is. She's a pediatric nurse.
Yeah.
So she delivers babies at in Cambridge.
Yeah.
I know they're tough. They're tougher emotionally too.
They're tougher. They're much tougher than the doctors.
Oh yeah.
Any day I will take a nurse over a doctor in a crisis situation. Any day.
Yeah.
And that's just by personal observation. I am good with doctors. I will take the nurses. They get stuff going. They know what's going on.
Yeah.
They spend all the time.
Our wives, good women, both of them.
Yeah. No.
All 3 of them.
Yeah.
You know? No, they're both very strong in what they do, and we've been very lucky. We're the ones that sort of we worked up on that. We won.
Where are you going?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
You're tapering off into.
I know.
Are you afraid right now?
I guess so.
Jesus. But my wife said it that all women marry down. I assume she wasn't talking about me, but she was, as a matter of fact. Actually, now that I think about it, it was only about me. But that is true. I mean, because men are obviously, men have their thing, and men are good, and they're generally strong and ogreish, and they can do mouth breathing stuff, and it's important, and other stuff. You know, I'm not trying to just patronize, women too much, but women are more badass.
Indeed,
and they're attractive, and they're
soft,
smart, and and all that stuff. They're soft.
There's a term out there that says I forget where there's something about the Me Too movement, and someone talked about how men are, there's a threatening masculinity about men now in general. Can you believe that? We can't be men anymore because it's threatening to women.
Oh yeah,
you read that?
I read that every couple of years or something like that comes out. I think the natural inclination is to try to show a certain amount of etiquette around women and kind of respect them and not prostrate yourself, but defer to them in a respectful way. And so I think that comes natural. I think you want to hold doors and things like that because it's the right thing to do.
Of course.
Yeah. And
I just think that men are becoming less and less masculine. I mean, as the generations come up, they're becoming more like you know what I'm talking about. They're just less.
Oh,
they're not men. They're not like real men like the back in the day. You know, they're more milquetoast. And
I agree with you. And I was a sissy back in the day compared to my generation.
Yeah,
but I can certainly change a tire and drive a standard.
Of course.
And if I need to, every 2.5 years or so, act like a man if I have to, like defend my wife or do or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, I can turn it on if I must.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, I definitely see a lot men being different and softer these days. And as a matter of fact, it's funny when we were out. Me and Dana, were you even there? And me and Dana and Hannah, did we go out together?
Maybe.
Me and your wife and another
woman.
I think me and Dana and Hannah went out.
Yeah?
That's right, we did. And Hannah was calling the driver Mr. Uber.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you weren't there, right?
I know I wasn't there. I do remember when you guys went out though.
We went out to Davis Square.
Oh, that's right.
Of course, we're all in our mid-40s, and everybody at this bar that we went to were like 23.
They're tough students, probably.
Students or just locals from Somerville. And the place was packed as heck. And my big takeaway was just how polite everybody was. All these dudes were like really nice and polite, and I'm sure they thought I was an undercover cop or I don't know what it was, but I couldn't believe, and I was like excited.
Yeah.
I think we would have been more judgmental if
Indeed.
Old people had walked in. We were like, what are they doing? Like, whatever, you know?
And we were probably.
Yeah, probably. We're just more jerks. I think about the way we talked, especially being when we were, that barbershop near our house that we like?
Yeah.
With all the dudes who work there. They're all like Barber's 28 years old.
Yeah, exactly. All beards.
Oh, yeah. And when they talk, and this is the one that we like, the one near.
Superior Cuts.
I guess so.
Yeah, it's right by Whole Foods there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In Melrose.
Nice guys.
Yeah, these are great guys. But it's all guys generally in there. And the way they talk about like their single lives and things, it's really overt. I mean, to me, I'm like, whoa, man, because I haven't talked like that around single guys for so long.
It is a man's place. They usually have a movie like The Equalizer on, but they do cut it back when a kid comes in or something like that. They're great. They're really great over there. Yeah.
But I think I've been in there and watched Casino too. That's the kind of thing that's in there. But these guys, like, it's funny. Young men on the prowl are at their sharpest, and then we talk about how, like, we talked about women and other things, and I mean, the talk was tough guy talk.
Yeah.
If a beautiful woman had walked into the door and said, "One of you guys want to paint my house for us?" We'd have said, "Yes, ma'am, of course."
You'd faint.
Of course, yeah, and if she could have told us, "I want you, three of you to jump out of the third floor window," we would have just, "Okay, that's fine." So you're beautiful. Goodbye, But
that's great.
But men are definitely
something is happening to the breed for sure.
They're getting nice.
So I was talking to someone recently about pizza is a big part of my life, and that one of the topics, well, actually the topic for me that I was thinking about earlier today was the best of, and for me,
the best of pizza.
Best of pizza could be pizza, neighborhoods, beaches, bars, whatever it is. But for me, if we could switch subjects to the pie. I don't know. I was in Chicago for 15 years, and I didn't like that pizza at all. In fact, the best pizza I'll put on record is.
Hold on, let's stop there.
Well, yeah.
So you just mentioned deep dish pizza.
Yeah, deep dish, awful.
It is rubbish.
It is rubbish.
It is rubbish. It sticks to your lungs. It's huge and stupid and a big tomato doughy. It's
awful.
It's a total jerk. Yeah. Which I'm surprised by because that's the greatest city in the earth.
Agreed.
I'm just shocked that they could do something so bad.
I know, and everyone loves it. And that gives you an indication that it's not that good because everybody loves it,
Yes, everybody knows, but let's not move on quite yet.
Go right ahead.
But also, I mean, you can't have more than 2 beers if you're drinking that pizza. Pizza, it's too filling.
It's literally a half an inch of crust, of bread crust, like a cornbread crust, and then, again, I'll say literally, like an inch of cheese.
Yeah.
Then the sauce, and then the toppings. But it comes out of the oven, and for 1 second, it's brilliant. For 1 second. As soon as everything starts pulling together, cooling off, it sucks. And it's not good after. It's not good the next day. No. It's just rubbish, like you like to say. Yeah, so you've had it because you visited me out there so many times. So there is one place in Chicago that is probably my favorite. One of my couple favorites is it's Peace Pizza in Bucktown, which we used to go to, which is like a classic New York style, irregular, thin. And then of course we have Michael's on the corner of my street there, which you remember. You used to like Michael's too, right?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Those guys were great over there. But we're talking about pizza. Here in Boston, and I've been to a lot of places, I like the Greek pizza that you get sometimes from Andrea's or places like that, or like Melrose House of Pizza or any of those places. Those are more like Greek pizzas, and I like those too. They're just fine. But for me, Regina's Pizza is probably my favorite all-time pizza.
Of course.
That I've had. Do you agree with that? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And I haven't been to the one in the North End. I've been to the one that's at in Medford or whatever.
I haven't been to those ones. I have been to the one in the North End, or I've had pizza from there, and it is there's something going on there with the sauce or the spices. I don't know what it is, but there's something going on. There was another one there too.
Santapios?
I've never been there. It's a classic in East Boston.
I haven't been there either.
So they've only got a few things apparently.
It's right. It's only like steak tips and pizza and
lamb
salad
or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And there's a special way to order too.
Oh, is it really?
You got to go in there. Yeah. There's a special way to order, and the waitstaff uses their own money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that they won't throw out free stuff or something. It's some kind of deal there. You have to go with somebody who knows what they're doing.
All right. I tried the one on Route 1, which I know you're not supposed to do that. Yeah. I think it would be a good pizza in its original location, but Route 1 wasn't that good. So just to put it out there.
Yeah, actually, I've heard
similar.
I've heard some complaints about that one.
Same thing goes with sub sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the subs in New England are great. They overload it with those chopped up pickles and onions and tomatoes, and it totally takes over the taste of the sub. What are your thoughts on that, sir? I know this is important stuff.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty whole cloth way to explain it. I would say that a lot of subs, I would say generally 64% of subs are mediocre. I think that is up from where it was in the early 80s. There were a couple places when I grew up in Winchester that had the steak and cheese sub. It was a steak that had all like stringy fat attached to it.
Yeah.
And it was gorgeous. And the molten white cheese that was around it.
Surrounded it. Yeah, that's good stuff.
And of course, when you got it in the wrapping, it was all soaked through.
Oh, that's good
It was
stuff.
totally translucent. And so that's gone. And I remember steak and cheeseburger subs that had the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
And Italian subs were great. Now I think they're mostly generic, but I've heard that there are places that still are wonderful. There's a couple places in Boston that I've heard that are fantastic. There's a place called Al Capone's, I think.
Okay.
In Boston.
There's a deli in Coolidge Corner I heard about.
Here's the other problem with that, and this is why this is a harder situation than it needs to be, is because most of the people who eat at a lot of places that have pizza subs and chicken fingers, whatever, have stupid palates. They do. A lot of people. I mean, a lot of dumb people will tell you, "Oh, this place has the best pizza and subs," and they're dumb. They don't know anything. Their palates are not expanded. They have a short scope of knowledge of food tastes. Yeah, because they haven't really been anywhere or done anything, and so I don't trust a lot of people. A lot of people
I understand.
who go to the pizza places.
Ideally, a good sandwich would be a New York deli sandwich, like Second Avenue Deli in New York
Different
City.
Animal.
Different animal.
Okay, go ahead.
No. The pastrami and corned beef sandwiches from a true and tried New York deli, it's hard to beat.
Whoever decided that when you get a pastrami or corned beef sandwich there, that it's got to be 34 pounds of pastrami or corned beef, and that the bastard is a foot tall on either side, man or woman, whoever invented that, I want to kiss on the mouth.
Exactly. In the mouth?
Yes. Can you imagine?
I know, that's
that
great.
is absurd.
It really is. Like, it's awesome. Like, can I get 2 pounds of pastrami, and can you put that between 2 slices of bread, please? Thank you.
It's awesome. It is so damn good. We need the Jewish delis.
Agreed.
And there's only like 2. There's like 2 that I know of. I think there's one in Everett, as a matter of fact.
Oh, is that right?
Where we're going tonight. And then there's one in what's that place in Brookline on Coolidge Corner?
Yeah, Coolidge Corner. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's right on the corner there.
Well, there's Michael's.
Michael's. Okay. Yep.
So Michael's, have you
been?
Yeah, well, I used to know Michael. Yeah, he used to come on the radio with us a lot and bring food. But there is also another place, Zaftig's.
Oh, I don't think I've heard that.
Which is a little fancier. It's heading towards Brighton.
Okay.
Or Alston.
Oh.
On what's that street called? What is that? Harvard Ave. So, but no, we need to have more of those around here. And the fact that the Carnegie Deli closed is
I know. Yeah.
Tragic.
It's sad. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we used to. I mean, it was a tourist trap. When we go to New York City, we go to Second Avenue Deli, which is is probably, I think, it's our favorite deli. We've been to at least 3 or 4 different delis in New York, and Second Avenue Deli is the best. Carnegie Deli, we went there, right, together?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, a long time ago, and that's a great spot.
What's the other one? Katz's?
Katz's. We went there just recently, and it's you're herded into a corral of people while you wait. It's not very fun. But Second Avenue Deli is you can sit down, and I put pictures up on Instagram, I think, on my pastrami sandwich.
Oh, nice.
That's good stuff, though. But
we should be Instagram more food. Actually,
I agree with you.
That'll be. Let's make that a policy item.
So I was on Instagram. I will do that. I was going to Instagram a picture of my marinated steak tip sub from La Casia's in Medford. I know La Casia's. Okay. My question to you is: do you take a picture of it before you take a bite, or is it okay to take a bite and then take a picture of it? I just wasn't sure what the
I would do it before you take a bite because people want to see exactly how it's presented to you.
I know that we have a difference in opinion about La Casia's and Bob's.
Yeah.
Yeah, which you've never been to Bob's, but you insist it's better than La Casia.
I've been to Bob's many times, but just never had a sub there.
Oh, that's right. What did you have if you didn't have a sub?
I had tripe. I used to get tripe there and salads and things. Tripe's a different animal. You don't eat tripe. But I
know. I have a hard time. I'm sure it's good, but I can't stomach it. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. It is good.
It's cow intestine, yeah?
No, it's cow stomach. It is.
Okay, all right.
It is good. It's wonderful. It has to be done right. But people are just put off by the look of the thing. And it's got a little rubber band situation.
Yeah, texture might be rough.
Oh, God, it's good, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
I mean, you eat raw clams, so... I mean,
yeah, I do. Yeah, oysters. Hey, I would love that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're going to be irked out by something, a lot of people, I mean, that would do it.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah. My little friend, Hillary Chabot, who sits there sometimes, who I work with, she can't eat clams because she chokes on them.
Oh.
I know. Her throat hole is undersized or something, and so she can't do it. So,
is that a birth defect or
something?
I
don't know what it is, but so like somewhere when she goes out, they have to, I assume, cut it up into little pieces for her, which is weird. Which is weird. That's funny. So if you had one food that you could have ever, number one, what would it be?
Well, how about if you would ask me, sorry, what if it was, what is the best thing I ever ate? And I thought of this too.
What's the best thing you ever ate?
Carpaccio. You know what that is, yeah?
Of course I do.
It's unbelievable. You can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, and what is the cheese there? Is it usually Parmesan or big slices of shaved?
So no, this is just strictly thinly sliced beef.
No, yeah, but usually it's served with pimento and not pimento, capers.
Yeah, capers,
and,
lemon.
A lot of times
oil.
there's shaved Parmesan.
That's right.
Yeah, I think
that's so good.
Yeah, there was actually a place right next to Zaftig's in Brookline. Beef carpaccio is pretty damn perfect.
Oh, it is. It's raw beef, thinly sliced. Nothing better.
Yeah. Well, it's one of these things, though, that I would only trust at a restaurant. I do not trust me to serve me raw beef.
Yeah, and where do you get that grade of beef? Like, you don't go to Shaw's or Market Basket to get raw grade beef or sushi. I don't know. It's tough to call.
No, there's one of those things where you want the restaurant to do it, and you just put it behind that magic firewall in your mind.
Exactly.
Says, well, though they just handle it and it's all good.
Forget about all the what the critics say about eating raw meat.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna eat it anyway.
So supposedly you can eat. When I used to have Japanese food in the 80s at this one restaurant, it was only one restaurant that had it back then in Boston. They used to give you raw eggs to dip everything in.
Oh yeah.
And supposedly in the USA, generally you can eat their eggs raw. Supposedly that's the deal. It's the
pasteurized or whatever.
But and there is something wonderful because you get the Japanese steakhouse, you get these sukiyaki, you get the thinly sliced steak pieces, etc., and the noodles, and then just put them all in a bowl full of raw egg. And it's gorgeous.
Jesus. Is that your favorite? Would you say
sukiyaki or sushi? Probably. Yeah, maybe I would. I mean, unfortunately, and you've got this too. Unfortunately, there was a time in my life where my taste buds were hijacked by the need to have heat and hot stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, almost everything I have now, I like the experience of having something hot as hell that hurts afterwards. Once in a while, if I have no other choice, then I'll just eat as is. And, like, food is really good without hot stuff.
Yeah? No, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you're supposed to taste it first, obviously, I guess. But that's what they say.
I guess so.
But yeah, no. I've seen you take the cover off the hot peppers and and dump almost the entire container on top of.
So I've been doing that for a long time now, and I was doing that in the mid-'90s with you in pizza places with a big piece of pizza, just cover it with an inch.
Oh yeah, but you would dab it first, though, right?
No. We were going to talk about that as one of the topics too. I could never love a person who dabs
the grease.
Yeah. Like, why would somebody ever do that? So did you just do it? No, you didn't. Phoebe, my friend VB, who's been on the podcast, does that.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
So would you rather someone just stand over a trash can and drip it into the trash can? Or would you just
Why would anybody throw away the grease? It's like, it's meant to be as part of what you're eating. And it's not bad for you. It's not bad for you. If you're going by, what the FDA says, well, then you have to go by what the FDA says. And the grease is not bad for you. All it is the melted fat.
Who do you go by?
No, that's what it is. No, the people are working off of the government suggestions from 40 years ago. And the thing that says you can't eat stuff high in fat because it'll clog your arteries, there is no proof to that anymore. That is out the window and not taught by anybody.
That's interesting.
It's not interesting. It's not even my fact. It is the fact.
What about, so what would your food pyramid look like?
This is my food pyramid. The food pyramid is high protein, low white sugars.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny because people say, no, that's crazy. You can't. Look at all that fat. Look at all the fat. There's no.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's not only it's so good, but doctors will tell you that it's so good.
They can't.
Yes, they can. It's happening all over the place.
Is it? Is there a movement now?
The movement was the other way. The movement's not. These high-fat things do not cause heart disease. Is the science that's out? This isn't my science. This is out.
Interesting.
And the FDA or whoever it is, whatever, in the last couple of years has come out with all this stuff that there's no real correlation.
So did we talk about this on air or not, or something that we talked about on the side? That the whole sugar industry
it's the same thing. They're directly related.
So they were paid off to say whatever, or essentially paid off to say
they
that
thought the same things because
Interesting.
Well, because also if you look at the behaviors of people who eat high fat and high bacon, eat bacon by the ton, etc.
Yeah.
Then they tend to have other behaviors like they're sedentary and
right.
So, but it's not the food itself. Who cares? The problem is that here's the thing: if you dab your pizza and take away from the grease, which is all the flavor, that's all that it's all about. That's the DNA right there of the flavor. Then you're just a jerk.
Is that person your friend?
I have a couple of friends who do it. And
why would they do it? It's awful.
They think one thinks it's disgusting. No, more they both think it's unhealthy for some stupid reason. Because it was the idea is that any food that's that good and gluttonous, it has to be bad. You can't have that. You can't have that.
That's great.
I mean, we did that when I had all the briskets recently. You know? When you were saying you can't eat all that fat, can't eat all that fat.
Well, I don't know how you could anyway. I mean, it just seems awful. I mean, I
eventually was nauseated by it, and I couldn't eat all the fat.
Well, when the ratio is 20% meat and 80% fat, that's when I get nauseated. Just thinking about it. But I like the ratio the other way, 80-20.
Yeah, I don't know. As long as the meat's really marbled.
Jeez. Yeah, that's fine.
As long as it's really marbled. I mean, you can still get... I mean, even sirloin is marbled enough to...
Yeah, not enough for me. I like a good old ribeye.
Oh, well, but that's different. Ribeye, I mean, you're dealing with not only just marbling, but you're dealing with big...
globules.
Fat.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to have a less, blatantly fatty piece, and sirloin is good. Yeah. I mean, it's better than New York strip, which is not marbled enough.
Do you like bone marrow? Have you tried it?
I have. It was freaking delicious.
Oh, I don't like it.
So
did you have to scrape it out of a bone?
Yeah.
That's just...
Well, it was part of a whole... I had it down here at McCormick and Schmick's, and it was part of an entire presentation. And so it was delicious. It was part of 3 other things on the plate, so maybe we mixed them or whatever.
Yeah.
It was delicious. I could understand you having concerns and saying
eating out of a bone. Yeah.
I mean, there are times with certain foods where I can't do that. Yeah. Like I ate at a sushi place once, and one of the pieces of fish had the scales on it, and I was like,
yeah.
And I could feel the scales, and I was like,
no,
I am done. And that put me off a bunch of sushi, and certainly that place forever.
Yeah, no, that's when it's that raw like that, or that. Yeah, you got to clean it up a little bit. I agree.
Yeah. So what else we got here on the punch list? 110 Stokey wants me to call him. He can't possibly have heard
About what?
already. You know what I assume he wants to do? This is Stokey.
Pre-game?
Oh God, I hope not.
I know.
No, I bet you he wants to. He knows that I don't like situations where, like, for instance, you know what? I don't like places too crowded.
Yeah.
I don't like places where if we're going out and drinking beers,
You want it to be easy.
right?
Yeah.
I don't like places where I have to wait in line for anything.
Yeah.
I don't like to deal with. I want to keep it clean.
Yeah.
I just don't want to deal with jerks and etc.
Exactly.
And he's like that too. And you're mostly like that too.
Yes, I am now, especially now. Yeah.
But he's probably calling me, or he wants me to call him probably to find an exit strategy.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah, in case we need to.
Well,
Something like, okay, so we agree that if this is a bleep, then we'll do whatever, etc. like that.
Yeah, I don't want to call it so early because there's so much. We can do so much. We don't get a chance to go out that often, all of us. So we should take advantage of it. I think. I know, not super late, but we're starting out pretty early, like at 6 o'clock. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's not that early. Well, it's early. I guess it is early. But I do want to thank, by the way, our good friends at Sam Adams for giving me this gift bag here.
I saw that. That's unbelievable.
And these Boston Marathon 26.2 glasses,
which is in 2 weeks.
Which one
like
of
that?
it you're going to have?
Yes,
that's what must be. They need this bag from the Union Oyster House.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Very nice. We got to have Jim Cook on. Jeez,
that would be great. You remember we went to the picture on I should have did more reading is a picture of us at the Sam Adams Brewery when they had all the industry night or whatever over there. That was phenomenal.
That was.
Yeah,
I think
that was fantastic.
Was an industry. That was a media night.
Media night. Okay, all right. Yeah, it was an invite only, right?
That was.
Yeah, that was very cool.
I had to beg for the invite because Michael Graham had gotten one, and I demanded that they give me one, and they said, "Okay, fine, then you can come to it."
Pathetic, but that's fine. No. Yeah, it was great though. We tasted the what was that beer called?
Utopias.
The Utopias.
Did we taste it?
Oh yeah,
I would say we tasted
it. I think we
I'd say so.
We killed a couple $100 worth.
I would say so.
No, that was very fun. But yeah, so tonight, like if it does fizzle out or whatever, which I know it's
not that it fizzles out.
It becomes difficult.
Stokey from Muskoka would put it this way: if it becomes a goat bleep, he would say.
Okay. All right.
If this becomes a goat bleep, then we ain't staying.
Is his definition of that the same as yours in ours about being difficult in any way, lines or?
Oh yeah, that whole
stuff,
thing. Yeah. No, it's stuff that at this age that we have no time for.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have time for paying a lot of money for a stupid weak drink.
Yeah.
Or even if it's fancy, I don't have time to be condescended by anybody. I don't want to be called boss or tiger or big guy or anybody who's there. I want Johnny on the spot coming back with a drink if I want it. And no wasting time. You don't have to muddle anything, okay? Or do anything special with diffused bottles and stuff where fruit's been sitting in syrup or anything like that. Just sling drinks with purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you mean it. Like your life depends on it.
High volume.
Right.
Great ratio. Great service. Quick. I don't want to have to be a linebacker or whatever to get to the bathroom or anything like that, or to the bar. I don't want to have to be creative when ordering a bar between two people that are sitting down and whatever. Yeah, it's awful.
I had this, I guess it was kind of a lunch meeting with this woman. She wanted to go in business with me and had assumed wrongly, this is like 10 years ago, that I had capital to put down to go in business. So anyway, we meet at this place, and we'll call it like Drink Drop or something. It was but spelled differently, so it's super trendy.
It's supposed to be trendy, yeah.
And so we go there, and the guy has, it's a bar. It's lunchtime, and so instead of like a drink menu or whatever, there's a couple of very hipstery things written in a chalkboard that I don't understand, whatever. And then the guy gives me this like essential piece of slate, and on the slate are just a few words.
Oh, jeez.
It's like Chambord Sherry Divine, and then some two other things. And I said, "What are these things?" Because there was no like just getting a Jack and Coke or anything.
Right.
So he said, "All right, bud," and he sidles over around the bar, and he sits there. He sits next to me,
Oh,
and now
come on.
I'm with a woman who wanted to go in business with me, and she's beautiful, so I know that he's also like edging in or something, which didn't make any sense. I was already married.
How do you know I'm not her boyfriend?
I know, it didn't matter. He was going to educate me.
Yeah.
He goes, all right, so let's say, what do you usually like when you go out?
Well,
and so I said, I guess I like a scotch and soda. He says, all right, well, let's talk notes then. Scotch notes, you're probably dealing with a cross section of like both an oak barrel and a. And
what
he
an
goes
ass!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
What are you doing in the world where I could get away with anything? I would have a sawed-off shotgun. I would point it at him. I would say, "Get the F away from me. Get back behind that bar. Never say anything ever again, and make a GD cocktail and shut the hell up. When I'm halfway done." Make more.
Just make eye contact with me, and that's it.
That's it.
And make more.
You can ogle my business partner over there if you need whatever you need to do to feel relevant in the world. But
it sounds like you picked the wrong place to go into. I mean.
Jeez, it's right around here. Of course, it's in the Seaport District.
Yeah,
of course. But it's like, Jesus, what is this art form stuff?
know.
You're not a mixologist. Here's something for you, just so you know. There's no such thing as a mixologist. Just shut up and make drinks, okay?
You don't want a smoking drink or anything like that?
Can you imagine? Hold on, let me muddle this. Shut up. You're not a mixologist. Just because you spent $140,000 to get a degree at Northeastern University and you can't find gainful employment doing anything with that degree doesn't mean that you're not just a bartender and that you're a mixologist now. Just be a bartender and just do bartender stuff. That's all. Seriously,
yeah, I mean, it's great stuff.
It's not great stuff. This is not a routine. I'm serious.
I know you're angry.
I am angry. So that's the kind of thing. If we go there tonight and Stokey from Muskogee sees a mixologist condescending, then he'll want to leave immediately, and I will be right up with him. You know,
it is junior. You have to take it for the team. You know,
JVB.
Yeah, JVB. But my first place that comes to mind, which is a great place, good drinks. Easy to maneuver around is Lucky's, which is right around here, right? That's one of my favorite spots that I've been to.
Yeah, it's one of these places that can be. You got to look out because most of these places can be jerk places. Any place that's based off of the Rat Pack in the Rat Pack kind of grotto. Yeah. A lot of times, those can miss the mark and be jerky. But we do like Lucky's, and they do a good job.
Yeah, I think we go on and off times, too, which is why we like it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we don't typically go like at 9 o'clock on a Friday night or 10 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? Not that this matters to us anymore, because now we don't, we drink moderately now.
Yeah.
But there was a time, and this is almost unheard of now, where you'd go into a place, especially like with the guys, and you'd all order a round of drinks, and you didn't have to ask again.
No.
That drinks would just start showing up in front of you. They would see, and they would take care of you.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. And it would go on the bill and this and that. But like that doesn't really happen. I don't think people who are 25 like drink like that. I think they do other things.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Yeah, no. Well, they go to those places where they muddle. So
yeah,
you know that's
exactly.
the problem.
The muddle. It takes 45 minutes for them to start.
Yeah, exactly.
To get away with it.
Yeah, no.
Some of the slate a-hole.
Some of the classic. So you know about the fourth one is free, right? If you're by yourself and you go to a good pub. Mm-hmm. It happened to me a lot in Chicago, and it happened to me in New York recently. I was up on the Upper West Side at a place called High Life, and I was by myself, actually, and I had a couple of beers, and then the fourth one was on the house.
Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, but if you're by yourself, with friends or something like that, it's not going to work. If you're by yourself and you order from, you're at the bar, and the fourth one is generally on the house. If that's the old school way of doing things. I don't know if they do that anymore or
I leave
many
it
places.
Too, so I wouldn't know. So, is that true, man?
Absolutely.
I never knew that.
Absolutely. I used to happen to me at the Side Street Bar. Remember we lived next to that 2 houses down, and the absolutely at the Old Town Tavern there.
Hey, if you, by the way, know anything about this or other cool bar things we should know, hit us up at I shoulda did more reading at gmail.com. I shoulda did more reading at gmail.com. We never check it. But we will start.
Yeah, we'll start. We'll get a routine going.
Yeah, we've already got the
WordPress.
Yes, WordPress site up. You can either check it out at wordpress.com or I should have more reading.com.
Either way, you probably won't get in touch with us. So that's fun.
It doesn't matter. I mean, there's a chance you could run into us, I guess, if you're in the Boston area. Yeah. What else is on your punch list?
That's just sort of the best of stuff. I was talking about. Okay, so that's about it on my end. But
who would be if our wives were just taken by UFOs and the last thing they said to us was, "Please move on from us and find somebody else that you love, and please, don't worry about it." Who would be your ideal woman?
Well, we talk. Are that kids go with them too? No.
That's a really good question.
Just want to really put a picture out there.
Yes.
Ideal woman. Jeez.
After the long period of mourning and missing the
like the entire. Do I have to mourn the whole weekend?
And I mean to be for your new wife, and we're just dealing silly here on the. Yeah. So
I think this might be a setup. I'm going to ask you to go first on this one.
No. You definitely go first.
Jeez, I don't know, my friend. Maybe like a Kate Mara. What about her? You like her? Emily Blunt?
I was just
we're talking about
Kate
who's
Mara
gorgeous
today, as a matter of fact.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, because she's in the Chappaquiddick movie.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
She intimidates me. She's beautiful, but she intimidates me a little bit. There's something going on that worries me.
Well, maybe because she's a confident woman.
No, that's not it. There's something. She looks like she's mad at me.
Well, she probably is.
Yeah. She's related to the Maras who on the football team.
No, I didn't. Oh, yes. I guess I did know that. Yeah, that's right. So, what about Emily Blunt? Don't you think she's beautiful?
So, wait, so you picked Kate Mara?
Sure. I'll go with her.
Okay.
If she's not available, then Emily Blunt. Is that?
I think I know who that is, and I think she's really gorgeous.
Come on.
Right?
You remember, this movie, Devil Loves Prada, something like that?
Yeah. What was she in that?
It was the assistant. It was her assistant, really? That really gorgeous one there. No?
I liked the lead in that, too.
Oh, yeah. What's her name? The princess woman?
Yeah.
I don't know her name.
Yeah.
It's probably good that we don't know their name.
Yeah. Probably good.
Just talking about a man being a man. So what about your choice? Oh, I would never choose.
That's true. I would be devoted to my wife's memory forever.
See, I knew it.
I honor her forever. I just think it's distasteful that you would that quickly have somebody ready.
Well, it was like a long weekend.
Wow. Jeez.
Nice. That was a setup. I knew it from the beginning.
Let's see. I don't know.
What's his name? Come on.
Brian Gumble, maybe?
One of the Gumbles.
Yeah. Definitely would have to be a Gumble. That's my only thing.
Gumble to Gumble.
I don't know. Because, I would you want a really intelligent, like a thinking genius woman, or more of just a straight-out gorgeous woman, or...
Well, what about Jennifer Lawrence? I mean, she kind of actually looks like Alice already anyway.
Yeah, I guess so. No, she's definitely cute. I do like her acting, too. That movie where she sells the mops, that was really good.
I don't know.
She's a really good actress.
Yeah, she's great.
I
like mops.
I don't know. You know what? I'm going to keep it safe and go with my childhood pick, Dorothy Hamill.
Dorothy Hamill?
Yeah.
Jeez. The other day you told me Janet Reno.
Oh, no, that's who I meant. Janet Reno.
Dorothy Hamill, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, because you saw her figure skating or something when you were a kid in the Olympics?
Yeah, I knew it was meant to be.
That's almost like...
Yeah.
It's a strange one.
By the way, did you ever go back and look at Linda Carter?
Yeah, she looks great.
I don't think you could have that on TV now. Her as Wonder Woman in 1979.
Yeah. Back in the day, agreed.
I don't think you could have that show right now.
No, the cleavage is...
Yeah, her cleavage, she was an endowed woman.
Absolutely.
Incredible. And she's tying men up with gold rope. I don't think that's allowed.
No.
I don't know. What a weird time that was.
Anymore, yeah. No, that's funny. It's funny, speaking of figure skating in movies, did you hear about the movie about I, Tonya?
Yeah. Oh, I used to like
Dana,
her.
So Dana mentioned it in the car load of all of our family last night. She says she watched it and she thought it was great. And the whole van load of people got on her and practically threw her out the car because they hate Tonya Harding so much, being from the area, and some actually grew up around where she grew up and all that. So just be careful when you say that around here. If you like, I know you like Tonya
Kerrigan
Harding.
Grew up?
Yeah, Nancy Kerrigan was a Stoneham. Yeah. So I know that you like Tonya Harding.
I used to see Nancy Kerrigan practice skating at Stoneham Marina.
Oh, you did? Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Before she was in the Olympics.
She's related to John Elway. Did you know that?
I have no comment on that. I wouldn't know what that means.
She has a massive mouth full of teeth.
I don't know that. I don't see things like that.
You don't?
Flaws in people. I celebrate the people's appearance.
You're not anti-dentite?
Nope. No. But I liked Tonya Harding at the time. Of course,
Yeah.
she was the more exciting one.
Apparently, she didn't do any of it. Apparently, she's completely innocent in the whole thing.
Oh yeah, no, she seems like she's and I like her. Galuli also is innocent.
Galuli,
all of them, all of the people on her side. What a time! That was such a interesting time to watch the Olympics. That was the last time. That was the last time I watched the Olympics.
Yeah.
So just to see that, and Nancy Kerrigan didn't even win the gold.
Then she won silver or something.
And then she was salty.
She was whiny. Yeah, she was very wimpy.
Remember that? Ugh.
Privileged.
I know. Kid from Somerville, done good, and then is salty about it. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's good stuff, though. Just
I don't know. Any other housekeeping we have to do? What time is it?
I don't think so, man.
We should probably burn a few more minutes. We started at 4 more minutes. All right. So what are you? Hold on. What is that?
Looks like we're getting a call here. Caller, thanks for calling. I should have done my reading. Can I help you? How are you today? Yes, our first-time listener, long-time caller. What's going on?
Is that right? You have that in the right order?
What's going on with Lean in 18? Oh, that's a good question. Why don't you hang up and we'll talk about it? What is going on?
That's why I hate taking calls.
I know. I don't know why. I don't know how I didn't even know we were set up for taking calls.
First-time listener, too.
I know. My goodness. What is going on with Lean in 18?
Well, I'm a fat. And so I don't want to even... I'm not looking at the scale until I get to a proper weight where physically I can tell that I'm not rupturing clothing. So I'm not. I'm angry. And I won't blame it on me. I blame it on the stupid state and the freaking cold here and the fact that it's been so damn cold. I'm sick of it. I am sick of this.
I agree.
I'm done. This is total crap.
Do you think you'd be okay living in a moderate temperature, like no seasons really?
Yes, I'd be fine.
Goodness, I don't know if I can make that change, man. It's just
snow
so
is
odd.
overrated. My kids now have seen snow, and so I'm fine.
I think I would be good with like a 10-day ski trip once a year, and then live in a warm climate.
You would just ski?
I don't like skiing.
Would you put things on your legs and then go down the hill and then get in a chair and
kill yourself
up and then do it again?
It's so hard to do it.
It's not worth it.
It's a lot of things you got to do. Everything hurts.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
It goes for most things like that. Like even scuba diving. When you think about it, you got to put the thing on, and those things on, and then the suit on, and that thing on, and then get the regulator, and then go to the thing, and then have the guy stuck with it, and then get the tank, and then and then get on the boat, and then jump off, and then no.
At least when you get into the water and scuba diving, you can feel like you're in space, like you're neutral. Skiing and everything with all the things on there, and all the hassle of bringing everything up and down.
Talk about bindings.
Airlifts and. I just rather hang out in a lodge and watch people bounce up and down in their boots and have some beers. But no, I hear you barking.
Well, you know what you always liked about skiing that I always respected was that you'd always have your ski pass tags on. So you keep those on all winter.
I have 50 of them on right now, down to 1986.
Jesus,
it means you're cool. I think
it does. I'm skiing.
Yeah, no, I love it.
I'm done with it. I would like to. You know what I'd like to do this year for exercise is play some tennis.
Yeah, so I'd like that too. Will's a very good tennis player, and so you were talking about how
we're not
difficult
playing with the kids.
Yeah, no, all right. We were talking about how it's difficult to exercise when it's in the winter, especially this winter. We had so much snow, but even the tracks are covered. They don't do a really good job clearing out the paths and things like that. So it is tough to get it done here. It really is, and I don't want to join really a gym. It's so expensive.
The Y is too. Why does everybody have to be? Why are we talking? And why are you talking to that guy now and you've both been naked here in the locker room? Seriously. Why are people talking naked?
Exactly. I've never seen it before.
Be uncomfortable with that.
Cover yourself up.
Jesus, no way. Gyms are sucky. It's weird. I feel like the gym showers are weird.
Oh, they are.
And I don't like people who are really comfortable in there.
I don't either.
Don't be comfortable.
Jesus.
So what do you expect to get out of tonight? What is your main goal?
Just to have, Dana's coming tonight too, and I wish Alice was coming, but it'd be good to have all the friends coming out and hanging out. We'll see. It's gonna be an interesting environment. We're not sitting down, I don't think, are we? I mean, we're just sort of. Who knows? It'll be fun in any case. We always seem to make fun out of it.
What do you expect? So, what do you want to have? Fun conversation?
No, I have a couple of beers and absolutely, just have fun conversation. Joke around. I'm not looking for anything to eat or anything like that. Just to hang out. That's it.
I want to get in a fight.
All right, we can.
I want to throw with some toughs in a parking lot in back.
I'll throw you into a big guy and see what happens.
Imagine how bad that melee would be. I don't think it's called a melee when a bunch of 24-year-olds beat the crap out of a bunch of old fat guys.
Yeah, a melee would have to be, there's two sides to a melee. It wouldn't be if it was with us. But no, I think it'll be fun. We'll see what happens. I'm glad to hang out with you as well, and Skokie from Muskogee. Skokie from
Muskogee. I got to give him a call. I would do it on the air, actually.
I know, that would be great, huh?
I could, actually. Should I? No, wait, no. He'll be uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, we can do maybe next time we'll set up so we can actually get a call. I know that call came in. I don't know who that was, but we'll get back to you.
We'll take pictures of the food tonight as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mercifully, we've burned enough time now that we can say goodbye.
I hope that wasn't too bad for you.
It was, I should have did more reading.com if you want to go to what's the website?
I should have did more reading.com.
If you want
WordPress?
WordPress. If you want to see what's going on WordPress, go to I should have did more reading.com. I should have did more reading on YouTube. Please subscribe. Jesus. And on iTunes, subscribe and leave a good comment. I know that there's no real valid reason to leave a good comment. Just leave a good comment, please. And pretty soon coming up, we're going to have Steve Sweeney. I'm working on Howie Carr, by the way, Jay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. VB will be rejoining us. And we're going to shoot the breeze with all the guys who have been on already. Graham and Joey Carroll and Paul D'Angelo and some more comics. And I'll work on Jim Cook of Sam Adams.
That'd be great. Yeah,
Sam Adams. And you know who else is good is Berkowitz, Roger Berkowitz of Legal Seafood.
Oh, that would be nice.
Because these are all guys that are interesting guys who have made awesome, interesting choices and taken risks in their lives.
Yeah, local guys,
This Jim Cook story is incredible. You know, this is a guy who had gone to Harvard Business School who could have just gotten an honest job and I think had been working in finance or something and then took a big gamble and all his own money opening up Boston Beer Company, Sam Adams Beer.
Yeah,
and then just drove in a van to every bar and begged them to take his beer and try it out. Now he's, he's a mega brewer now and an awesome guy.
Yeah, good beers. Yep.
Should've-did-more-reading.com. Should've-did-more-reading on Instagram and all those other things. Thanks so much, everybody.